Shalom, shalom. All right. Shalom, shalom. Salakia for the delay. All right. This here is your brother Zakaria Allah. All right, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Okay, coming out here holding camp. All right, once again, so Wada Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai for laying the spirit upon me once again to come out here and preach this beautiful gospel. All right, and as I open up camp, okay, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Kodash. All right, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone and whom I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. but your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. I want to say peace and blessings to you all. Barak Thumb. All right. So, didn't really have a theme for today's for today's camp. You know what I'm saying? Just want to jump into prophecy. You know what I'm saying? This what the theme always should be. You know what I'm saying? Those are the men of the Lord, okay, would be occupied in prophecy, as the scriptures say in the book of Sirach. All right. And as we inch closer and closer to the end, okay, nothing matters more than prophecy. Nothing matters more than the men of the Lord speaking on the things that are taking place right now. All right. These Edomites are about to make their move. As a matter of fact, they're making their moves now. They're making it now. The plan is already underway. You see what I'm saying? The plan is already underway. You seeing the fact that they're taking away all these government benefits. You know what I'm saying? The government is shut down. Okay. Uh, 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 nobody can see what's going on with this whole with this whole 3-eye atlas, if you will. Okay. Lock it. Bear with me. I normally don't like spiders, man, but you know what I'm saying? We wanna help some of these spiders to get back to their habitats, you know what I'm saying? Don't want to kill all of them. So uh anyway, you saw me messing with my sign earlier. It's because I was trying to get a big ass spider off of it. So, you know, needless to say, me and spiders don't do too well. Okay. Hey, shalom to the Akim that's down there in Australia, man. I know them spiders big as fuck over there. You see what I'm saying? All right. Um, but yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? There's no government oversight right now. You know what I'm saying? In terms of what's going on out in the stars, you know what I'm saying? You can't see any footage of what's happening because the government shut down. You can't you can't get federal funding for the things that you need. We're seeing all types of jobs being destroyed. You know what I'm saying? All right. Businesses being delayed. Okay. People aren't getting their money, aren't getting their funding. Okay. So we're in those times where a great crashing is about to hit. All right. It's about to hit the hills. It's about to reach this place. Okay. Let's get this in Isaiah chapter 42, verse 1. It reads, Behold, my servant, whom I uphold, mine elect, in whom my soul delighteth. I have put my spirit upon him. He shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles. He shall not cry, nor lift up, nor cause his voice to be heard in the street. A bruised reed shall he not break, and the smoking flax shall he not quench. He shall bring forth judgment unto truth. And the scriptures say that the elect, all right, the men of the Lord, beginning with the men of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? All right. Yahweh Shah and the 144,000. Okay. The saints of the Most High are going to take the kingdom. Okay. And possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Okay. So we're entering into these tough, turbulent times. All right. These terrible times that's going to bring chaos. Okay. It's going to bring, like I said, a crashing in the hills. Right. Okay, and people are about to experience famine out here. Let me see if I can get this in Revelation real quick. All right, bear with me. This is Revelation chapter 6. Revelation chapter 6 and let's get verse 6. It reads, "And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts, say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine." All right. So the time coming where there's going to be massive famines. There's not going to be food out here, not going to be any water. Okay. The provisions are going to dry up. See what I'm saying? And we're already beginning to see this with this government shutdown. All right. And it's only going to increase in the times that's coming, man. Okay. Where hyperinflation is going to finally set in. Hyperinflation is going to set in, man. Okay. Let's go to Ezekiel. All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 4, and let's hit verse 16. It reads, "Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment." Okay? And that's going into what? That's going into rations. Okay, people are going to ration these food banks out here. I know the food bank down the street. You know what I'm saying? All right, they're about to start being swamped. Okay, they're about to start being swamped when people don't have access to food, when people don't have the necessities that they need. Okay. Verse 17, that they may want bread and water and be astonished one with another and consume away for their iniquity. All right. And the scriptures tell you that the worst way to go is through starvation. All right. That's the worst way to go, man. Let's get that here in the book of Lamentations. All right. All right. Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 9. It reads, "They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruit of the field," man. Okay? It's not going to be pleasant out here. It's not going to be a pleasant thing to see. All right? These jokers that think what's going down over there in Palestine is bad. All right? Watch what happens when these Americans start seeing their children starting to look like a Palestinian child. Okay? Over there starving and pining away. Watch what happens when it's their children. See what I'm saying? The people are going to lose their minds. The people are going to lose their stability. All right? These are the times that's coming, man. The scriptures say Jacob's trouble. All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 30. Let's start at verse 5. It says, "For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail?" All right? "And all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great. so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it, man. And it's talking once again. It's going into the remnant. It's going into the elect. That's what I started off with, man. The Lord's choice elect. All right. Let's jump down to verse 11. It says, "For I am with thee, saith the Lord, to save thee. Though I make a full end of all nations, whither I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished." All right. So, as the scripture say in 1 Peter, the 4th chapter, okay, that judgment must begin in the house of the Lord, man. It has to begin in the house of the Lord. Okay. So, all of the wicked of our people are not going to go unpunished. Verse 12. "For thus saith Yahweh, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicines. All thy lovers have forgotten thee. They seek thee not. For I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one. For the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased." All right. He has wounded you. All right. With the wound of an enemy, man. All right. And all your lovers have forsaken you. Look at what's going on with this government shutdown. Look at what's going on with Keisha right now. All right. Look what's going on with Keisha. She's losing. All right. Why? Because Zaddy's no longer in her corner. Zaddy is leaving her out to dry. Zaddy is not gonna put forth his hand, okay, to ease her pain, to ease her discomfort. Okay. Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity. Because thy sins were increased, I have done these things unto thee. I have done these things unto thee. I have done this. The Lord is saying that He has done this to you. All right, He has done this. The fact that the government shut down and you're not getting any support, no benefits or anything like that, is because the Lord is doing it. All right, the scriptures say that man's goings are of the Lord. How then can a man understand his own way? Okay, how can a man then understand his own way? He can't. All right, because it's not of his own. All right. The Lord said, "The heart of the kings is in the hands of the Lord. And as the rivers of water, He turneth it whithersoever He will." All right. All right. Let's get Daniel chapter 8 and verse 25. All right. To clarify, this is going into Antiochus Epiphanes. Okay. But as you can see, these Edomites today are in the same spirit that their forefathers were in back in the Greco-Roman Empire. All right. So this is Daniel chapter 8. Let's start at verse 24. It says, "And his power shall be mighty, but not of his own power." Okay, not of his own power. It's the Lord that allows this. It's not his power. His power is not of his own, man. When we preach and we prophesy and we go into these scriptures and and we, you know, we reveal the mysteries contained within, it's not of our own power. You know what I'm saying? It's of the power of the Lord who gave it to us. Okay, the same thing happens not just on the right hand side, but on the left hand side as well. Okay, and he shall cause us, and he shall cause Salakia. Verse 24. And his power shall be mighty, but not of his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. Okay? And these devils are about to unleash their weapons upon you Jakes, man. Okay? All they need is an excuse. That's all they need. They just need for you Jakes to start to start reacting to what he's doing. Look at what's happening to the economy right now. He's waiting for the response. Okay, the Hegelian dialect. Problem, reaction, solution. You create the problem. You wait for the response, for the reaction of the people, all right, or the target subject, and then you bring the solution. Okay, and their solution towards you Israelites, man, is going to be the sword. Their solution is going to be the sword. It's going to be destruction. You see what I'm saying? That's what they're about to come with. That's why they have military presence in all these states. That's why. Okay, that's why they brought forth all these unrighteous decrees. All right, with these executive orders. That's why. Okay. Verse 25, and through his policy, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. All right, through his policy. Scriptures tell you that they perform mischief by a law, man. Okay? And through his policy also, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. Okay? He came around pretending like he was for you, like he was for your turn. Okay? He came around pretending like he was one of those who was going to support you. One of those that was going to make your lives livable again, make your lives bearable again. Okay? But what's happened since he come in? Nothing good. Nothing good. Okay? We are in a crisis right now with all this inflation. Okay? All this inflation is increasing. The stocks are tumbling. The jobs are being cut. All right, by the tens of thousands. And it's not just the labor force, it's also the corporate force. You see what I'm saying? The corporates, those in corporate offices, those with white collars, who thought that they had a future here, who thought that their position was secure. All right, like the scriptures say in our security. Let's get that real quick. All right, this is Sirach chapter 5 and verse 7. It reads, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord Yahweh, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance, man. All right? Your riches will profit nothing in the day of wrath, man. They will profit nothing in the day of wrath. You see what I'm saying? You thought that you have a safety net. You thought that because you put in 10 years in this company, 20 years in this company, 30 years, 40 years in this company, all right, that everything was going to be straight, all right, and none of this was going to touch you. All right? You don't understand. All right, these jokers out here don't understand. A new world system is being ushered in. A new system is being ushered in, man. A new system that's going to replace the old one. All right? The days of a 9 to 5 is going to come to an end, man. Okay? The days of you being able to work, being able to make ends meet, Okay, that's over with. That's over with now. The people are starting to understand, all right, that there is no faith, all right, there's no place to be had in this system. All right? Let's go to Ezekiel. Not Ezekiel, Slaki, Ecclesiastes. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 3. It reads, in the day that when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the small and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. The grinding is ceasing. The grinding is ceasing. The jobs are ceasing. Okay? The pensions are ceasing. All the things that the people were able to lean on, that's ceasing. That is coming to an end. All right? And the grinders cease because they are few. And those that look out of the windows be darkened. No hope. No hope. Okay? Nothing to lean on. You see what I'm saying? You got jokers that's like people that's in their 30s and their 40s moving back in with their parents. All right. You got these young kids, man. These young kids got to move back in their parents, man. The moment they get out of high school, they got to go back to their parents' house. You see what I'm saying? Or they got to room up. They got to get roommates everywhere. Okay. In order to make ends meet, in order to fit expenses. Okay. Verse 4. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. All right. I just heard a report that that your boy Stephen Miller, all right, Stephen Miller he's now inside of a bunker. He's now inside of a bunker to try and escape, all right, to try and escape protesters. Okay, people are trying to come against the government now. You see what I'm saying? This is the beginning stage. It's the beginning stage, man. We're about to see it. We're about to see it intensify. We're about to see the people, okay, become increasingly, what's the word? Discontent, all right? They will become increasingly discontent with the government, all right? As this thing continues on, as this thing perpetuates, okay? These jokers are looking around and they're asking themselves, why is the government still shut down and I'm still not making any money? All right, I still can't pay my bills. You see what I'm saying? They done missed the second check by now. They may have missed the third check by now. Okay, and they're looking around to their leaders. They're looking to their leaders, their representatives, their senators, their congressmen. They're looking to them. And this side is blaming the left side. The left side is blaming the right side. Okay? And nothing's being done. And they can see that nothing's being done. So the scriptures say what? The scriptures say that they're going to take matters into their own hands. All right? Let's get that. All right? This is Second Esdras chapter 15 and verse 15. It says, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Okay? And you got Donald Trump, all right? You got Nero 47, now accounting himself to be a king. He's putting himself in the position of a king, of a lord over all of you. See what I'm saying? These people are watching, all right? They're watching this country descend into a dictatorship right before their eyes. In real time, they're watching it happen. They're watching as all these all these founding fathers and these so-called patriots of the past, they're watching as all their effort to stop this place from going into a tyrannical dictatorship is come to naught. And it's all happening anyway. It's all happening anyway. Okay, so you're going to see these people who believe who believe in democracy, who believe in freedom, they're going to rise up, and then those who believe in the same system, who haven't broken away from the left-right paradigm, they're going to rise up against the patriots. It's going to be a clash, civil war, race war, class war. Okay, you Jakes is going to be smack dab in the middle of this. And these jokers are going to go after they're going to go after the billionaires, the elites, okay? Says they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, the course of their actions shall stand in their power. They're going to take actions. They're going to take matters into their own hands, man. They're not going to wait no more. All right, it's already abundantly clear that there won't be another election in the next 4 years. Ain't gonna be no more elections. This is it. This is it. My man is putting himself in a position to never be voted out of office, never be voted out, never be impeached, never be nothing. Okay? So these jokers are gonna rise up, man. All right? It's gonna be sedition among men, man. All right, this precept comes out almost every lesson now. This is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. All right? At this point, these jokers are looking for any sense of comfort. They're looking for anyone to comfort them, anyone to give them positive words, anyone that can give them hope for a future, for a better tomorrow. Okay? Verse 4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord. And he gave you jokers over to the hand of Nero Trump, man. He gave you over into the hands of a cruel lord. This is a cruel man. See what I'm saying? A cruel man. Here it is. You're supposed to be able to express your grievances and protest through peaceful gathering. Okay? You should be able to do that under the First Amendment of the Constitution. And here your boy Nero, all right, is virtually taking a shit on you. You see? Virtually taking a shit on you, man. So that shows you straight up that he doesn't care about your rights. He doesn't care about this so-called Constitution of yours. You don't care about that. All right? You people have been played. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Tazabawah. All right? A cruel lord has taken form. Okay? And there's no change in this. It's only going to get worse and worse and worse as we inch closer to the end, man. You see? Isaiah 21:2. It says, a grievous vision is declared unto me. The treacherous dealer dealeth treacherously, and the spoiler spoileth. Go up, O Elam, besiege, O Medea. All the sighing thereof have I made to cease. Okay? So Elam, Medea, all these other nations, you know what I'm saying? All these other nations that's going to be led by the Medes, meaning Russia, okay? They're all going to come and they're all going to fight against America, man. Okay? The nations around the world are watching as this whole facade of freedom and liberty and prosperity and democracy is falling apart. The nations are seeing it. All right? Let's go to the book of Sirach. All right, this is Sirach chapter 10 and verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Okay? And throughout all these ill-gotten gains, you see what I'm saying, that America was founded on. Okay? It's that time now. It's time for America to finally face its sins. It's time for America to finally face, all right, it's history. You see what I'm saying? That it's trying desperately to distance itself from. You see what I'm saying? Because they know they're gonna have to pay for this. They got a recompense. They got to pay for this, man. It's Isaiah chapter 14, verse 20. It says, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Okay? The seed of evildoers. Evildoers, man. That's what you are. You're evildoers. You have done nothing good, nothing positive. Okay? You've only brought destruction. And then you turn around and you look at those that you have brutalized, and you say that if it wasn't for you doing what you did, okay, that it would be nothing. Okay? Verse 21, it says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fear the face of the world with cities. See what I'm saying? For I will rise up against them, saith Yahweh, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith Yahweh. Okay? So this is the inevitability. And that's what's coming to these heathens, man. You see what I'm saying? So let's get this here. Let's go to Joel. All right. This is Joel chapter 3. Joel chapter 3 and verse You know, let's just hit verse 2 and let's read on down. Joel chapter 3 and verse 2, it says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Yeah, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. You see what I'm saying? Verse 5, because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. Okay? So that's going so that's coming, man. The recompense is coming, and there's no escaping that. All right, Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 16. See? Let's go to verse 19. Joel chapter 3, verse 19. It says, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. Okay, so that's telling you straight up that Babylon the Great is that new Egypt, spiritually Egypt. You see what I'm saying? Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. Why are both of them in the same sentence? All right. For the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. All right. So that's clearly talking about this place, Babylon the Great, man. Only those who have the ears to hear it and the mind and the eyes to see it. You see what I'm saying? Amos 1 and 11, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. All right? The Lord's is not gonna spare. Scriptures say the son, all right, the son, the nephew, okay? All these things, man, your seed will not continue. As a matter of fact, let me get this preset. All right, this is Job. Job chapter 27 and verse 14. It says, if his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. All right. So this is clearly talking about the seed of the wicked, man. All right. The offspring of the wicked. They're not going to be continued here. They're not going to further their strength. They're not going to further these enterprises, like the scriptures just said. All right, that they will no longer. As a matter of fact, let me go back to it. Isaiah 14. All right, Isaiah 14, verse 21 again, it says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities, nor fill the face of the earth with cities, man. Okay? And the scriptures say that these other nations are going to rejoice at the fall of these Edomites, man. You see what I'm saying? Verse 7, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow has come up against us, man. All right? No fellow has come up against us. And that's going to be the cry of rejoicing in the times that's coming, man. All right? Lamentations 4:21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, and dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. Thy punishment, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be a complete shift. It's going to be a change. Okay? Just as it's written of in 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 9. All right? All right, so I wanted the precept in Ezekiel chapter uh, mm, forgot which precept I was coming to Ezekiel for. But let me get this in Ezekiel chapter 35. All right, Ezekiel chapter 35. Let's hit verse 1. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, thus saith Yahweh power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. All right? So blood's going to pursue these devils, man. You see what I'm saying? Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate. All right? The same way Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. All right? Zion is a people before it's a place. The same goes for Edom. Okay? Mount Seir is a people before it's a place. Basra is a people before it's a place, man. Okay? That's why I came to Ezekiel for, man. Oh, hello, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. This is Ezekiel chapter 17, verse 22. It says, thus saith the Lord power, I will also take of the highest branch of the high cedar, and will set it. I will crop off from the top of his young twigs a tender one, and will plant it upon an high mountain, and eminent. In the mountain of the height of Israel will I plant it, and it shall bring forth boughs, and bear fruit, and be a goodly cedar, and under it shall dwell all fowl of every wing. In the shadow of the branches thereof shall they dwell. And all the trees of the field shall know that I, the Lord Yahweh, have brought down the high tree, have exalted the low tree, have dried up the green tree, and have made the dry tree to flourish. I, Yahweh, have spoken and have done it. See what I'm saying? So that time of threshing is coming, man, and that time of a shift is coming. Let's get that in. Let's get it in Second Esdras, chapter 6, and let's go to verse 7. It says, "Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he saith unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." All right, this is the complete turnaround. This is the trading of places. All right, let's go to Sirach. Let's go back to Sirach. Let's hit chapter 10 again. Let's start at verse 2 now. It says, "As the judge of the people is himself, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. An unwise king destroyeth his people." All right. "But through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited." Okay. And that's what's happened, man. All right. That is indeed what's happened. Through the foolishness of this man's rulership, okay, this place is not flourished. It's not flourished, man. All right. An unwise king destroyeth his people. We've seen it, and we're seeing it now. Okay. An unwise king is destroying his people, man. You see? Verse 4, "The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable." And we're entering into that time now, man. We're entering into that time. This whole shift of this whole balance of or shift in power is happening. Okay, where one side Esau is trying desperately to hold on to what he has. Okay, he's trying to desperately to keep control of what he has, man. Before it's all gone down, before it's all taken down, man, and the Edomites fall, and the Israelites come and take over. You see what I'm saying? All right. And when those nukes come dropping down, all right, that's going to signify the end of his kingdom, man. Right? Let's see. Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16, it says, "Behold, I have created, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy." All right. And that's going to be the nukes. The nukes that's going to come and pummel this place, man. You see? And there's not going to be anything left of this place. Not going to be anything left of America, Babylon the Great. Okay, and that's going to be the end of this rulership and the beginning of the Israelites, the beginning of Jacob. Jacob is the beginning of it that follows, man. That's going to be the beginning of our new kingdom. Okay. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 34. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 34 and 1. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll." That's talking about that mushroom cloud, man. Okay? It's talking about that mushroom cloud, man. Shalom, oh, Shalom, Akwath, Salakia. Shalom, Akwath. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Barakatha. All right. All right, my beloved Akwath is in the chat. Let's see. All right, verse 4. "And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as a leaf falleth off from the vine." All right, as a leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahweh hath a sacrifice in Basra. Remember, Basra is a people before it's a place. Okay? Just as Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. See what I'm saying? In a great slaughter, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And the unicorns shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. All right? Let's go to let's get this in Isaiah chapter 25. All right, Isaiah chapter 25. Let me see if I can hit verse hit verse uh bu- 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 let's hit verse 3. All right. Isaiah 25 and 3, it says, "Therefore shall the strong people glorify thee. The city of the terrible nations shall fear thee." All right. "For thou hast been a strength to the poor." Okay. And the poor is talking about you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians. All right. Hispanics and Native Indians, man. Verse 4, real quick. It says, "For thou hast been a strength to the poor, a strength to the needy in his distress, a refuge from the storm, a shadow from the heat. When the blast of the terrible ones is as a storm against the wall, thou shalt bring down the noise of strangers, as the heat in a dry place, as the heat in a dry place, even the heat with the shadow of a cloud. The branch of the terrible ones shall be brought low." All right, the branch of the terrible ones. And that's talking about his future. That's talking about his offspring, man. Okay, the branches. When you go into or it goes into fruit as well. When you go back to Isaiah the 14th chapter, when it's saying that leave neither root nor branch, okay? That he's not going to leave son nor nephew, okay? It's talking about his future, his lineage, all right? Coming to an end, man. It's going to stop, right? And in this mountain, verse 6, and in this mountain shall the Lord Yahweh Tazabawath make unto all people a feast of fat things, a feast of wines on the leaves, of fat things full of marrow, of wines on the leaves well refined. Okay, and this is going to be a great slaughter, man, in the times that's coming. The scriptures say that the fowls are going to have a great feast. They're going to have a wonderful banquet. You see what I'm saying? All right, a whole buffet. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that precept. That's a funny one. That's a funny one. I chuckle at that precept all the time. I'm hoping I can find this precept. I want to try and end it off with that. Let me see. Damn, I can't find where it is. Yep, can't find where it is, man. Oh, that ain't it. Damn, it's gonna bother me. It's gonna bother me later. Maybe I can get that in Google. Uh, Damn, was it in Revelation? Was it in Revelation? That's it. That's it. Revelation. Revelation chapter 19 and verse 17. All right. Revelation 19:17. It reads, "And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great power, that ye may eat the flesh of kings and the flesh of captains and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. All right. So yeah, man, these birds, all right, these birds of prey and all these scavenger birds, you know what I'm saying? The crows, we're talking about the water, the water. Uh yeah. Um, when you see all these birds coming in, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about vultures, crows, you know, the type of birds that clean up and they recycle. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of birds, man. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna have big bellies by the end of it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny to watch. But yeah, I wanted to end it off on that one, man. Salaki, it took me so long to find, but the water beloved for finding that for me. All right. Um, so yeah, that's the lesson, man. You know, the time of Esau's kingdom is coming to a close. You see what I'm saying? And it's gonna end with a terrible, gruesome judgment. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with Babylon the Great, man. All right. So this has been your brother Zakaria Allah. All right, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Okay. Now, Lord willing, this lesson has been edifying to the Lord's elect, to the sheep, to the lambs, to the flock. All right. And in closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and whom I grown in his truth under. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, to all of you out there tuning in. Okay. Shalom to you all. Shalom, Wakasadu, Waparakim. Okay. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Hey, Shalom.